love learning more about acting. It's not what you would typically get from a normal high school. I get to learn more about different acting methods that I can use in the real world.
Acting has always been something I want to do, but being here helps me prepare for the real world. We get to actually learn from our mistakes. We get to embrace when it comes down to learning and time management. I feel like I'm actually really prepared.
Theater arts at MSA offers students a chance mainly to work on their craft. So we do a lot of acting. There are many chances to act in scenes, to learn monologues that they can use later in life for auditions, and of course to be in the main stage plays as well. They learn how to direct, they learn how to write plays, they learn how to do some design, sets and costumes and lights and even sound. But on top of that, it prepares them for a theater discipline at college or university. A lot of the things I teach here is preparation for the kinds of classes that they'll get if they become a theater major in college or university.
And thank you so much for coming to our theater's production of Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. Please remember to silence all electronic devices and refrain from speaking during the performance as it can disrupt the actors. Photography is allowed, but please do not use flash. There will be one 10-minute intermission, and restrooms are located at the end of the hall through the doors you came. Those doors are also the exit. For emergencies only, there are a second set of doors through the curtains behind me. Thank you all so much for coming. Please enjoy the show.
If music be the food of love, then play on. Give me excess of it. That sort of thing, the appetite may sicken so and die. Then strain again. It had a time fall. Oh, when it came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathed upon a bank of violets, stealing and exchanging odor. Enough! 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What's curio?
Your heart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eye did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant I was turned into a hart, and my desires, like felon cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
If it may not be omitted, my lord, for from my hand may do return this answer. The element itself tells 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. Like a cloistress she would veil bark, and walk to her chambers once a day with eye offering bride, also season her brother's dead love, in her sad and everlasting remembrance.
Oh, she hath the heart of a fine frame, but to pay this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love when brain, liver, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied but to oneself king? Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, left thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother, and so perchance that he may be.
True, madam, and to comfort you perchance, assure yourself that after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers stayed with you, hung to our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, find himself, courage and hope, teaching him practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, or like Ariel on the dolphin's back. I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, here's gold. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, for I was born and bred not 3 hours shell from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, and nature has a name.
What is his name?
Orsino,
Orsino. I heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
and is so now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, then 'twas fresh in murmur, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia,
What she?
a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count, who died 12 months since, leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose love she has abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I had served that lady, not be delivered into the world and made mine own occasion mellow. What my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke's.
There's a strange behavior in thee, Captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, for that disguise shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him, for I can sing and speak in many sorts of music that will be well worth his service.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blags, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
death of her brother does, I sure carries the enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier o' nights. Your niece, my lady, takes great exception to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept.
Aye, but you must confine yourself to the modest limits of order.
Confine. I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and these boots too.
That drinking and quaffing will undo you. I heard my lady speaking of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight who you brought in one night to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Akercheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall as any man in O'Leary.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he makes 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, and he'll have but a year and all these ducats. He's a very fool.
Fine, then you will say so of him. He has all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. But besides that, he's a very fool, a great quarreler. And but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent. He quickly hath the gift of a brave.
Bite his hand. They are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of them. Who are they?
They that add moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
Ah, drinking helps to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there's a passage in my throat and a drink in O'Leary. What which? For here comes Sir Andrew Akercheek.
Sir Toby Bells. How now, Sir Toby Bells?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Oh, bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
A cause, Sir Andrew, a cause.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Dear Mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
It's Mary, sir.
Oh, well, dear Mistress Mary Accost.
You mistaken, knight. A cause means to front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
Why, my troth, I will not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of Accost?
Very well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, thou never mightest draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in there?
But, sir, I have not you by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have. And here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
It's a dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go of your hand, I am barren.
Oh, dear knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee put so down?
Never in your life. Unless you see canary put me down. You think sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef. And I do think that does harm my wits.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forsake it. Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? Oh, I wish I had bestowed all that time in the tongues that I had in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, I had but followed the arts. Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, it is 4 to 1, and she'll none of me. The Count himself hereby hard woos her.
Shall none of the count. I heard swear by it. Touch! There is life in it. Man.
Perhaps I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow of the strangest mind in the world, and I light in mass and revels, sometimes all together.
Aren't thou good as King Charles this night?
As any man in Illyria. Faith, I can't cut a caper.
Wherefore are these things hid?
Shall we set about some in revels?
What else shall we do? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus? That side's an art.
No, sir, that's legs and thighs.
Oh.
Let me see thy paper again. Excellent. Higher, higher.
not known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence that calls in question the continuance of his love. Seems constant, sir, in his favors.
No, believe me.
I think.
Here comes the count.
Stand you a while, Luke. Cesario, thou knowest no less than all. I have unclapped thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, in good youth, unleash thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and say, there thy fixed wit shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. But if she be so abandoned to her sorrow, as it is spoke, she will never admit me.
Be clamorous. Leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited returns.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they say they shall yet belie thy happy years, but Diana's lips is no more rubious and soft, unless she will pipe as in a maiden's organ, small and sound, in all parts simulative to a woman's. I know the consolation is right apt for this affair. Prosper well in this, and you shall be as free as thy lord to call his fortune thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. What a barful strife. Whoever I woo myself would be his wife.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Linton answer. I can tell you where the saying of I fear no colors was going.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that may you be so bold saying your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and for those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent or turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away, let summer bear it out.
So you are resolute then?
Not so, neither. But I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall?
Apt in good faith, very apt. Well, be on my way. Sir Toby would leave drinking. Thou art as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue! No more then. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely.
Oh, wit and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that say they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, who am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
No, sir. Take away the lady.
Go to. You're dreadful. I'll have no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Too false, Madonna, but drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself, then he is no longer dishonest. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is patched with sin, and sin that amends is patched with virtue. If this simple syllogism will serve, if so, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bad, take away the fool, so I say again, sir, take away the lady.
Clown, I bade them take away you.
Miss prison in the highest degree. Madonna, please give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it.
Well, clown, for want of other idleness,
pays the wise, doth ever make the better fool.
Will God send you, sir, speedy infirmity for the better increasing of your folly. Sir Toby will swear that I am no fox, but he would not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel that your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw them put down the other day with an ordinary fool who had no more brains than a stone. Oh, look you now. They're out of their guard already. If you don't laugh and minister occasion to them, they're gagged. No, I protest. I take these wise men that crow so with these set kind of fools no better than the fool zanies.
Malvolio, you are sick of self-love and taste with a distempered appetite.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, but 'tis a fair young man.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Oh, fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fight on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, tell him that I'm sick. Or at home, what you will to dismiss it. Now you see, fool, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it. On mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman. A plague of people hearing it. I now saw it.
Good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come here so early by this lethargy?
Lechery. I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Ay, Mary, what is he?
And he be the devil he will. I care not.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool and a madman. One draft above heat makes him a fool, the second one mads him, the third one drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crown, or let him have a sit, my cuz. For he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam! Yond young fellow comes to speak with you. I told him you were sick, and he seems to take on so much as to understand this, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep, and he seems to have a foreknowledge of that as well. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
He's been told so. And he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill man. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
What personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man or young enough for a boy. He is very well favored, and he speaks quite shrewishly. One would think that his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach, and call him my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come throw it over my face. We shall once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, do tell me if you are the lady of the house, for I never saw her, and I would loathe to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I took great pains to con it.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied. and that question is out of my heart. Give me this modest assurance that you be the lady of the house, so I may continue on with my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, I am not what I pled. Are you the lady of the house?
Why, if I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will continue on with my speech in your praise, and then you shall know the heart of my message.
Come to what's important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it. 'Tis poetical.
'Tis the more likely to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way.
No, good swabber. I'm here to hold a little longer. Good lady, tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, and the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war. I hold the olive branch in my hand. My words are as full of peace as of matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I were are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the room alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, the first of his heart.
Oh, I've read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You're now out of your text. But we will draw back the curtain and reveal the picture. Look you, sir. Is it not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose nature's own red and bronze, sweet and cunning hand laid on. You be the cruelest she alive if you lead the graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
No, I shall not be so hard-hearted. I shall give out divers schedules of my beauty, and it shall be inventory, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips, indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
Excuse me, madam. Appears you have dropped this. I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My master loves you dearly. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the non-imperial of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, with fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your Lord does know my mind. Yet I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in the shape of nature, a gracious person. Yet I cannot love him. He may have taken his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly fire, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul into the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them even in the dead of night, so that they echo over the reverberate hills, and even the babbling gossip of the air may cry out, Olivia! You should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my estate is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. Let him sin no more. I am not for him. Unless you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. I thank you for your pains. Here, spend this for me.
I am no feed host, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy limbs, face, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Oh, not so fast, soft, soft. Though how now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with a subtle and invisible stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. But how, Malvolio? Go run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or not. Tell him I'll none of it. And desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I'm not for him. And if it be that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hide thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you.
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whether you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. For I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you are not willing to extort from me what I am willing to keep in. You must have heard of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian. My father was that Sebastian of Mezzaline, whom I know you've heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. Had the heavens been so pleased, or we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, sir, that was said of many she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She's drowned, sir, with salt water. I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Forgive me your trouble, good Antonio.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you've recovered, desire it not. Fare ye well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
moderate pace. I have since arrived, but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one more thing, that you be never so hardy as to come again in your master's affairs, unless it be to report his taking of it. Receive it so.
She left me no ring.
I'll none of it. Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is that it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his who finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She did make good view of me. So much so that methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she spoke in starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, oh, poor lady, had better loved a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness. How this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, seem as fond on much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, oh, what thriftless sighs my poor Lady Olivia breathe. Time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed by midnight is to be up betimes.
Nay, I know not. But I know to stay up late is to stay up late.
A false conclusion. Not to be abed by midnight is to be up betimes. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
So they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholars! Let us therefore eat and drink. Maria! A stoop of wine!
Here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my hearts?
Welcome as. Now, let's have a catch.
Why, the fool has an excellent breast. I'd rather have more than 40 shillings just to have such a leg, and as sweet as a breath to sing as the fool has. Now, a song!
Come on, there's 6 pence for you. Now, let's have a song.
There's a testro of me too. If one knight were to...
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song, a love song.
Aye, I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. Bat and sing, both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journey's end in lovers' meeting. Every
Because I am a true knight.
A contagious birth.
Oh, very sweet and contagious, you babe.
To hear by the nose is dulcet and contagious. Shall we rouse the night owl for a catcher? Shall we do that?
Oh, and you love me? Let's do it. I'm a dog at a catch.
By your lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certainly. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, knight. I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave, knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Come, fool, it begins. Hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good, Faith. Come, begin.
Hold thy peace, thou knave!
What a capable of you! If my lady not call her steward and bid him turn you out the door to never trust me.
Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley, lady. There once was a man in Babylon, lady.
Shrew me! The knight's an admirable fooling.
He does best when he's disposed. So do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December.
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Having no wit, manner, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you mean to make an ale house of my lady's house? Do you speak out composures, catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time in our catches, sir. Snickle.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me to tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, you are more than welcome to the house. If not, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must be gone.
Sir Toby.
His eyes do show, his days are almost done.
It's even so.
But I'll never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Shall I be the girl?
What and if you do?
Shall I be the girl? Spare not.
Oh, no, you dare not.
Oh, out of tune, sir. Yet lie. Aren't there any more than the steward, the south sink? There are virtues. There's no more cake and ale.
Yes, and by St. Anne, and ginger shall be hot in the mouth too.
There are in the right, Maria, a stoop of wine.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this out of civil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere as good as a deed to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge in the field and break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Sweet Sir Toby, since the youth of the council was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayward or make him into a common recreation, then do not think I have wits to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he's a kind of Puritan.
And I thought that I'd beat him like a dog.
For being a Puritan? Thou exquisite reasons, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I do have reason good enough.
The devil of Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectioned ass that constate without books and utters with great swaths. The best persuaded of himself, so grand as he thinks with his excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all who look on him love him. And on that vice of his will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop some obscure epistle of love, wherein the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eyes, forehead, and lips, he shall find himself feeling most personated. I can write very like her niece. On a forgotten manner, we can hardly make distinction over our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
And he shall think, for which the letters thou well draw, and that they come from my niece, that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse would then make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sports Royal, I warn you, I know my physical work. I shall plant you two, and the fool will make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. As for tonight, to bed, and dream of the marvelous event.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle truebred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Oh, let's to bed, knight. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Send for more money, knight. And if thou hadst her not in the end, call me cut.
And I do not, never trust me. Take it as you will.
Now, good Cesario, that piece of song, that old and antique song we had last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of this brisk and giddy-paced times. Come now, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Then who was it?
Festi the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He was about the house.
Seek him out, and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt fall in love, in sweet pangs of it remember me. For as I am, all true lovers are unstaid and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved to my boy. How dost thou like this tune?
Gives a very echo to the seat where love is thrown.
Aye, thou dost speak masterly. My life stayed young and punched through thou art. Then I have stayed upon some word favors, hath it not, my boy?
A little by your favor, my lord.
What woman isn't?
Of your complexion.
She's not worth thee, what years in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heavens! Still a woman that takes it elder than herself. So swayed she levels in her husband's heart, for boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, sooner wavering, lost than worn as women's own.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
So they are. Alas that they are so, to die when they too perfection grow.
Come, the song we had last night, Cesario markets, for it is old and plain. The spinsters in the niche of the sun, the free maidens who weave their thread with bone, do use to chant it, for it is silly sooth, and it dallies in the innocence of love like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you, oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strown. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to say, lay me, oh, where sad true lover ne'er find my grave to weep there.
Here, for thy pains.
There's no pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
May the melancholy God protect you. Farewell.
Let the rest give place. Cesario, once more, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love is more noble than the world. Prize is not in quantity of dirty lands, but the parch that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her, I hold its giddiest fortune.
But if she cannot love you, sir?
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that there's some woman, as perhaps there is, that hath as great a pang of heart as you have for Lydia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she then not be answered?
No woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion. As love doth give my heart, no woman's heart to bide so much. Alas, their love may be called appetite, but no motion in the liver, but the palate. Mine is as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no comparison between a love the woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. My father had a daughter, loved a man as it might be. Perhaps I were a woman, I should to your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined at thought, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but our shows are more than will. For we show much in our vows, and little in our love.
Died thy sister of love, my boy.
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Shall I to your lady, my lord?
Aye, that's the thing. To her, in haste, give her this jewel. Tell her, my love can give no place, bide no denay.
Wouldst thou not be glad to see the little rascal sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I'm an excellent man. You know, he brought me here out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll bear again. Fool him black and blood. Shall we not surrender?
And we do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain.
Get ye all to the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this wall. He's been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his shadow. Observe him for the love of mockery. I know the latter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Lie thou there. For here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
"'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria did once tell me that she did affect me, and I have heard her come thus near, saying that if she were to fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than those who wait on her. What should I think on it?"
He's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Now, contemplation makes a rare turkey cockatoo.
To be
So beat the rogue.
Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue.
Pistol him. Peace.
There is an example for it. The Lady of Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fine, Jezebel.
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Yes, having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a day where I have left the fair Lady Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace.
And then, to have the humor of state, to call for my kinsman Toby.
Bolty shackles!
Oh, peace. Now.
7 of my officers make out for him with an obedient start. I frown a while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with my some rich jewel.
Shall this fellow leave?
Sir Toby approaches, curtsies there to me. I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take the blows of the lips then?
Saying, "Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me upon your knees, give me this prerogative of voice. You must amend your drunkenness."
Out, scam!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew, and another. Why, what employment have we here?
Now must the woodcock hear the gin?
Why, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is without contempt in my lady's hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Why, what very phrase? By my leave, wax soft. And her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wings him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but whom? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. Why, if this should be thee, Malvolio, I may command, or I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. She's my lady. I serve her. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. But then, what should that alphabetical positioning portend? If I could make that resemble something in me. M-O-A-I. M. Malvolio, why, that begins my name.
Did I not say he would figure it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
But then what follows? There is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probations. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
I will outculture him and have him cry out, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had any eye behind you, you might find more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. Simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush it a little it would bow to me, for every one of those letters is in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this land in thy hand revolve, in my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some were born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates have opened their hands. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with the servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still. The fellow of servants, unworthy to touch fortune's fingertips, from she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate, unhappy. Why, daylight and champagne discovers much more. Why, this is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I shall be point device the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination shade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. Yes, and she did praise my legs being cross-gartered. And in this, she manifests herself to my love, and with a sort of injunction, drives me to these habits of her liking. Jove and my stars be praised! I will be strange stout in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. But here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but to know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence, smile still, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do whatever thou wilt have me.
I can marry this wench for this device.
So could I too.
Ask not the dowry with her, but not to jest.
Nor I neither.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when an image overleaves him, cause him to go mad.
Nay, but stay true, does it work upon him?
Like an aquavita with a midwife.
If you will see the fruit of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He shall go to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors. Cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will do nothing but smile, making him so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted and melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you shall see her, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, that most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
There'll be a 10-minute intermission.
downstairs and upstairs and downstairs and upstairs. Let him get some energy out.
Friend? And by music. Dost thou live by the Tabor?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Thou a churchman?
Not so, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayest say, a king lie by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him. Or a church stand by the Tabor, if the Tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How easily the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. Those that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Why, fool?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals.
By reason?
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words have grown so false I loathe to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir, I do care for something. But, in my conscience, sir, I care not for you. If that be to care is for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Are not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will have no fool till she be married. And husbands are like fools. The husband's the bigger. I am not her fool, but simply her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool ought to be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
By Jove, and his next commodity of hair? Send thee a beard.
I tell thee, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is my lady thin?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you. 'Tis well begged.
The matter is not great, sir, I hope. Begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within. I will concert to her from which you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welcome. I would say element, but the word is overworn. Farewell.
This fool is wise enough to play the clown. To do that well craves a kind of wit. They must observe their mood on whom they jest, the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard check at every feather presented before them. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. For folly wisely that he show is fit, but wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save thee, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Du regard, monsieur.
Êtes-vous aussi votre servitor?
I hope, sir, you are, as I am yours.
My niece desires you should enter.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir, and put them in motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand you by bidding me to taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you at gate and entrance, but we are interrupted. Most radiant Olivia, the heavens rain odors on you.
That use a rare courtier. Rain odors. Well?
My matter hath no voice but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors? Pregnant about saved? Huh. I'll have them all three already.
Let the barn door be shut and leave it to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, in most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, your princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly fame was called company. Your servant's a Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his needs must be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him, for his thoughts were blanks rather than filled with me.
I've come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
By your leave, I pray you. I beg you never speak of him again. But, would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring, in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of you receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart, so let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not agrees. Hurts very oft that we pity enemies.
Why then? Methinks it's time to smile again. Oh world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock breaks me with a waste of time. Dear Cesario, by the roses of spring, by maidenhood, honor and truth, I love thee so that, maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I will, thou therefore hast no cause. But reason thus with reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have but one heart, one bosom, and one truth, that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Oh, yet come again! For thou perhaps mayst move that heart, which now abhors alike his love.
Bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard. Did you see thee the wild old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love and her toward you.
Oh, what? Will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason. She did show favor to the youth in your sight only to exasperate you, to awaken your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint. You should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off. You are now so north of my lady's opinion, where you'll hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard unless you do redeem this laudable attempt either of valor or of policy.
And it be anyway. Let it be with valor, for policy I hate.
Challenge me the count's used to a fight. Heard him in 11 places. In my niche I take note of it, and assure thyself, there is no love broker in the world that can prevail more in man commendation with women then a report of valor.
There is no greater way than this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write in martial hand. Let there be enough gall in thy ink, and if thou hast to write with a goose pen, no matter about it.
Where shall I meet you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him last, some 2,000 or so strong.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Never trust me then, and by all means study used to an answer. I think Auction and Wainwright can't scale them together.
The youth bears in his visage no other great presage of cruelty.
If you desire to spleen and will laugh yourselves to stitches, follow me. Yango Malvolio's turned heathen, a very renegado. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-guard?
Most villainously. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point in the letter I have dropped to betray him. His face does smile into more lines than is the augmentation with the Indies. You have never seen a thing as such. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
Not by my will of trouble, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I'll no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travel, being skilless in these parts which, to a stranger, unfriended and unguided, often prove rough and unhospitable. But my willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. And thanks. And ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
Nay, I'm not tired, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys, I did some service of such note indeed, that were I taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Like you, slew a great number of his people.
The offense is not a bloody argument, albeit the quality of time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which for traffic's sake most of our city did, only myself stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dearly.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile your time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have it.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not a vital market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, he does nothing but smile. But your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if you come.
Go call him hither. I'm as sad as he, if sad and merry madness equal pain. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho, ho.
Well, smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? Lady, I can be sad. This does make for some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did fall into his hands, and command shall be executed.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, not come to thee.
Oh, God, comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so? How did it Malvolio?
At your request? Yes. Nightingales answer dogs.
Why appear you in this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanst thou by that, Malvolio?
Why, some were born great.
Huh?
Some achieve greatness.
What sayst thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heavens restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stocking.
Thy yellow stockings.
And wish to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Remember, I say, go to. Thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, unworthy to touch fortune's fingertips.
Well, this is very midsummer madness.
The gentleman from the Count Orsino's has returned. I can hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasures.
I'll come to him. Mariah, let this fellow be looked at. Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry on the half of my dowry.
Oh, ho, do you come near me now? No worse than Sir Toby to look to me. Why? This concurs directly with the letter. Yes, yes, she sends him, that I may appear stubborn to him. For she incites to this in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. And consequently she has set up a manner wherein a reverend carriage, a sad face, a slow tongue in the habit of some sir of notes and so forth, and when she went away just now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my title, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together that's not a dram of a scruple of a scruple, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospects of my hopes. Well, Jove is the doer of this, not I, and he is to be praised.
Where is he the name sent you?
Oh, here he is, here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how humble the fiend speaks within him. Oh, did I not tell you, Sir Toby? My lady prays you to have a care to him.
Aha! Does she so?
How now, Malvolio, how is it with you? What man defy the devil, which he is an enemy to mankind?
Do you know what you say?
Law, you and you speak ill of the devil? Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done if I live. My lady will not lose him for as long as I also.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
I bid him. How dost thou chuck?
Sir!
Come with me. 'Tis not of gravity to play in the cherry pits with Satan.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx!
No, he shall not hear of godliness.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be so roughly used.
Go! Hang yourselves! Oh! You are shallow, idle things! I am not of your element! Go! You shall no more! You shall no more hereafter!
Is it possible?
Thus we're put upon a play now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken affection to this device.
Nay, lest it pursue him. Now, let the device take air and taint.
Or we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be quiet.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece has already believed that he is mad.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. But I warn't. There's vinegar and pepper in it.
Ooh, is it so saucy?
It is, I warrant him. But do read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thine own mind. For I call thee so, for I shall show no reasons for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, and thou liest in thy throat, for that is not the matters I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good sense, less.
I will waylay thee going home, for it be thy chance to kill me.
Ooh, good.
Thou shalt killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep on the windy side of the law. Excellent.
Fairly well. And may God have mercy upon one of our souls, and may he have mercy upon mine for which my beliefs are better. So thou look to thyself, as thy friend and as thy sworn enemy, Sir Andrew Agatchie. If the letter moves him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is in some commerce with my lady and will by and by depart.
Go scout me for him at the corner of Orchard, and as soon as thou seest him, draw. And if thou hadst draw, swear horrible.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now, will I not deliver this letter? For the behaviors of a young gentleman sets him up to be a good capacity and breed. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being excellently ignorant, shall not breed fear into the youth, and he shall find that it comes from a clodpole. But I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, and set upon Sir Andrew's notable report of valor. This shall drive the gentleman that I believe the youth will aptly receive it, and in his hideous opinion of his skill, fury, and wrath, that they should kill each other upon look, like cockatrices.
Oh, here they come. Give no way till he take leave, and presently after them.
I have set too much into a heart of stone, and led mine honor to unchary on. There is something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, with this joke for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not, I have no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you come again tomorrow. What shall you ask me that honor save me upon asking him?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How of mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well.
Save thee, gentlemen,
And you, sir.
that the fist thou hast, betake thee to it. For what nature that has done him wrong? I not know, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, should attend thee at the cornered orchard. Dismount thy tug, be year in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel with me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, be taken to your guard, for your opposite has what youth, fury, wrath can furnish men withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is a knight, but he is a devil in private brawl. Bodies and soul he divorced three, and his assessment is so implacable that satisfaction can be of none, but pangs of death and succors.
I will return again into the house to acquire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some men who put quarrels upon others to taste their valor. But like this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation desires him out of a very competent injury. Therefore, give you on and give him his desire.
This is as uncivil as strange. Please, sir, do me this courteous office as to know what offense the knight I have done to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Fabian, stay by these gentlemen until my return.
I pray you, ma'am, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal abridgment, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I pray you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of what wonderful promise to read him by his form, as it were like to find him in the proof of his valor. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could have possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Oh, but I will make your peace with him if I can.
I am much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight.
Why, man, he's the very devil. I had a pass with him. Rapier, scabbard, and all. He gave me such a stuck in, with such a mortal motion that is inevitable.
Pox on it. I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will no more be pacified. I think Fabiana can't scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it. And I thought he was so valiant and cunning in fence, I'd seen him damn near to challenge him. Let him let the matter slip and give him my gray horse capital.
I'll make the motion. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I'll ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him to use the devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale as if there were a bear at his heels.
There is no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake.
Pray God, little thing would tell them how much I lacked the man.
Oh, give way if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, for there is no remedy. The gentleman will, for honor's sake, have one bout with you. But he has promised me, and as a gentleman and as a soldier, that he will not hurt you.
Pray God, he keep his oath.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
You, sir. Why, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than he brags to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you. I will be with you anon.
Pray you, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Oh, very will I, sir. And for that I promise you, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily, and reigns well.
This is thy man. Do thy office.
Antonio, are you received at the sword at Rosinos? You do mistake me, ma'am.
No, sir. No job. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. But there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand of comfort, but be a maid.
Come, sir, away.
I must trade of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness that you have shown me here? Out of my present trouble, my having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my copper.
Will you deny me now? Do not tempt my misery lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses I have shown you.
I know of none, nor I know you by any voice or feature.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched half out of the jaws of death, relieved with him such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? Time goes by away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this God. Thou hast Sebastian done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil or empty trunks are flourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Take him away. Come. Come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words from such a passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination, prove true, that I, brother, be mistaken for you. He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so went he, in this color, ornament. For him I imitate. If proven true, tempests are kind, insult waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest poultry boy, more coward than a hare. His dishonesty appeared when he left his friend in this necessity and denied him. And for his cowardship asked Fabiana.
A coward? A most devout coward, religious in it.
Slight. All after him again and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money, to will there be nothing yet.
Go to, thou art a foolish fool. Now let me be clear of it.
Well, held howdy, Faith. No, I do not know who you are, nor was I not sent by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario.
No, this is not my nose, neither.
Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowst not me.
Vent thy folly. Vent thy folly. He has heard the word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent thy folly. I prithee thee, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish shriek, depart from me. There is gold for thee. If thou darest tempt me further, who knows what will happen?
Oh, by my troth, sir, thou hast an open hand. Those wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report.
Now, sir, have I met you again?
Have.
Aye, I have. There's for you.
Why, there's for thee! And are all the people mad?
Hold, sir!
This I shall tell my lady straight. I would not want to be in some of their coats for 2 pence.
Come, sir, hold!
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with them. I'll have an action of battery against them if there is any law in Illyria. Though I did strike him first, yet there's no matter for that.
Come, sir, I will not let you go.
Go thy hand! What wouldst thou now? Draw thy sword if thou darest tempt me further.
What? Nay. Thou must have an ounce or two of that Mellipur blood of yours.
To hold that charge on thy life, hold!
Metal!
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains, and the barbarous case where manners never were preached! Out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cecilia. Rootsby, be gone! Prithee, gentle friend, be content. Let thy fair wisdom and not thy passion sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up. Thou thereby may smile at this. Do not choose but to go. Do not deny.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is all a dream. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
I'll say so and so be.
Well, I'll dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first to ever dissemble in such a gown. Ugh, I am not tall enough to be the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student. The competitors enter.
Don't bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Tom. For I, being Master Parson and Master Parson, repeats what the old Hermit of Prague once said, having never saw pen and ink. That is. So I, being Master Parson, and Master Parson do say again, what is that but that? It is but is.
To him, Sir Topus!
What ho! Peace in this prison! Who as hell, Sir Topus. Ha! Why, it hath bay windows, as transparent as barricadoes, and the clusteries to the south-north end are as lustrous as ebony. Yet complainest thou of obstruction? I am not mad. I say to you that this house is dark. Mad man, thou errest. I say that there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fall. Yes, I say that this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say there was never a man so abused. I am as well in my wits as thou art. Make the trial of it in any constant question. What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl? The soul of our grand dam might happily inhabit a bird. What thinkest thou of his opinion? Well, I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve of his opinion. Fare thee well. No! Remainest thou still in darkness, and hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I allow of thy wits, with fear to kill a woodcock, lest it dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well. Sir Topus, please, Sir Topus!
Oh, most excellent Sir Topus.
Nay, I'm for all waters.
Thou mightest have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, give me word when thou findest him. I would we well rid of this knavery, for I am in such offense for my niece that I cannot pursue any safety to this game to upshot it. Come by my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. Oh, she is unkind, pardon. Alas, why is she so? Fool, I say! She loves who calls her? Fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well into my hand. Help me to paper, ink, pen, and light. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it. Master Malvolio? I'm a fool. How fell you beside your 5 wits? I am not mad and fool. Never was man so notoriously abused. I tell you, I am as well in my wits as thou art. What is well? Then you are mad indeed. You are better in your wits than a fool. Fool, please, help me to paper, ink, and light. They have property here, laid me in hideous darkness, sent ministers to me, asses, done all they can to face me out of my wits. Hey, shh, advise what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble-babble. Oh, have no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? No, not I, sir. God be with you, sir. Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will. Fool, I say, strongly. Alas, be patient. I am shant for speaking to you. Light, paper, ink, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did. I will help thee to it. But tell me, art thou really mad? Or do you a counterfeit? I am not mad, good fool. I tell thee, I'm as well in my wits as any man, Lyria. dagger of laugh, whose rage in his wrath cries aha to the devil. Like a mad lad, pray little sad, a do-good men devil.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flooded fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to trust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing, as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine, but if you mean well, go with me and with this holy sister into the chantry by. There before her and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of that your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace.
I'll go with this good woman, and come with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good sister, and may the heavens so shine that they may fairly know this act of mine.
Now as thou lovest me, let me see his letter. Good Miss Fabiana, grant me another request. Anything. Do not wish to see this letter. Oh, you!
Belong thee to Lady Olivia, dear friends.
Aye, sir. We are some of her trappings.
I do remember thee well. How dost thou, my good fool?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary. The better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can this be?
Well, marry, sir. They praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass. So that by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself. And by my friends I am abused. So, conclusions to be as kisses, why, if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives then, why then, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Why, this is excellent.
Nay, sir, though it please you to be one of my friends.
You shall not be the worse for me. There's gold.
To that it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Truly, sir, put your grace in your pocket just this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
I shall be such a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo secundo tertio is a good play, and the saying is, the third pays for all. The triplet, sir, is a good trimming measure, or the bells of St. Bennet may put you to mind 1, 2, 3.
You can pull no more money out of me at this throw. But let your lady know that I am here to speak with her and bring her along with you, and it shall awaken my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. Though, sir, I would not want you to think that my want of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap, I will awaken it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet, last time I saw it, it was smeared. as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he a captain of, with such shallow and draught and bulk unprizable. The noblest bottom of our feet, that very envy in the tongue of flaws, cried fame and honor upon him. What's the matter?
Orsina, this is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her freight from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your nephew Titus lost his leg. We're in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private rabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirates, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness has brought thee to their mercies, whom so bloody and so dear hath made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough, Orsino's enemy. Witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy that stand there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love without retention or restraint. For his sake did I expose myself into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him, where, being apprehended, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing while one would wait. Denied me mine own purse while one would weep, which I recommended to his use, not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before. No Antonio, not a minute's vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess! Now heaven walks on earth, but for thee, fellow. Fellow, thy words are madness. For 3 months this youth had tinted upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would you, my lord, but that he may not have wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverse is you uncivil lady, whose ingrained unauspicious altars, my soul, the faithless that e'er devotion tendered, what shall I do?
Even what it please that shall become of him, my lord.
Why should I not kill what I love, a savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly? But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partially know the instrument that screws me from my rightful place in your favor, live you, the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heavens I tender dearly, him will I tear out that cruel eye where he sits crowned upon his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe with mischief. I shall sacrifice the lamb that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most apt, jocund and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all more shall I ever love wife.
Me! Detested! How am I beguiled?
Who does do you wrong? Who does beguile you?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the holy sister.
Come away, boy.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, can he that deny?
Husband, Cyril!
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario, take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Sister, welcome. Sister, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals itself before 'tis right, what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of hands, attested by the holy oaths of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of rings. In all the ceremonies of this compact, stood in my function by my testimony.
Since when my watch had told me toward my grave, I have traveled for 2 hours.
Thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time has sewed a prison on thy case? Or will thine own craft be overgrown? Or thine own throne be overthrown? Take him aside. But direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest. I would
For the love of God, a surgeon. Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What is the matter?
Oh, why, he struck my head across, and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's servantsman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
Gentlemen, Cesario.
His lifeless. Here he is. Now you struck my head for nothing, and that I did, I was set out to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I must make you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. Here comes Sir Toby, halting. If he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How is it with you?
He's hurt me. So I didn't see Dick Surgeon's side.
Oh, Sir Toby, he's drunk. An hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
He is a rogue, a drunken rogue.
I know you do.
Away with him. Who had made this havoc with them?
I'll go with you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An ass head, a coxcomb, a knave, a thin-faced knave of gold.
Get him to bed and let us hurt be looked through.
Follow the sound of my voice.
I'm sorry, madam. I've hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I would have done no less to win safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other, but so late ago.
One face, one voice, and one habit, but two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio? Oh, my dear Antonio, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Hear'st thou that, Antonio?
How have you made a vision of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Oh, most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of Charity, what kin are you to me? What parentage, what name?
Of Mezzalene. Sebastian was my father. Such as Sebastian was my brother too. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come here to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should say thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
That record is lively within my soul. My father died the day that my sister turned 13 years.
If nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me until each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump, that I am Viola. To prove this, I will take you to a captain in the town where lie my maiden garments, by whose gentle help I had served this noble lord. All of the occurrence of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it then, lady. You've been mistook. Nature her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein, by my life, deceived. You've been betrothed both to a maid and to a man.
Be not amazed, right noble is his blood. And if it be so that the glass does seem true, we shall share this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast told me 1,000 times never to love such a woman as like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep us true in soul as doth the orbed continent, that fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that first did bring me on shore hath my maiden weeds.
Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distressed. How does he?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the sage's end as well as any man in his case may do. He's here writ a letter to you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are read.
Open it and read it.
Look to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord!
How now? Art thou mad?
No, miss, I do but read madness. And if your ladyship will have it as it ought to be, you must allow vox.
Prithee, reading thy right wits?
So I do, miss, but to read in his right wits is to read thus. So prepend, my princess, and give ear.
You, miss.
By the Lord, madam, you wronged me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, you could divide the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance that I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right nor you much shame. Think of me as you please. I speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him deliver, Fabiana. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on't, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, and far beneath the middle of your sex, and against your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from now on be known as your master's mistress.
A sister! You're a shame!
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord. 'Tis same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong! Notorious wrong!
Have I, Malvolio? No!
You have, pray you. Peruse this letter! Thou cannot now deny that it is your hand. Write from it, in hand or phrase or say, 'tis not my seal, not my invention. Well, you can say none of this. Grant to me then, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of your favor, bade me to come smiling and cross-garter to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sartobi and the lighter people, and acting so, with an obedient hope, why you have suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on. Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And yet now I do bethink me, it was she that first told me thou wast mad. And then came since smiling, and in such forms which were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Oh, prithee be content. This practice hath most truly passed upon me. But when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. I let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the present condition which I have wandered at. And hope it shall not. Most freely I confess myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria read the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. However, with a sportful malice may rather pluck on laughter than in revenge, if the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why? Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was but one, sir, in this interlude. One, Sir Topus, sir. But that's all one. But do you remember? By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. And thus, the whirligig of time brings in its revenges.
Revenge! Revenge! Why? I'll be revenge on the whole pack of you!
He had been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. We can golden time convince, a solid combination of our souls shall be made. Meanwhile, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Come, Cesario, for you shall be, well, you are a man, but in other habits you are seen as Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When that I was and a little tiny boy with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. And when I came to a man's estate with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, its knaves and thieves men shut their gates, for the rain it raineth every day. And when I came alas to wife with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. And when I came unto my beds with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, the tosspot still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.